Hello, The Last of Us, HBO series that's on Now TV in the UK. I thought I would talk about it properly and go into more detail rather than just the 2 videos that I've done, but cover the whole thing so far. This video I've put on the back burner for a long time because there's a lot I've wanted to talk about here, so that's what I'm doing. And first things first, I want to say this video is brought to you by Mountaineer Brand. Great for bearded products, beard oils, deodorants, shampoos, scrubs, you name it. All the info is down below. Do that, go there. Hi. I think The Last of Us was one of the best pilots I have ever seen on TV. That pilot episode alone was spectacular. I thought the casting was good. I thought the vibe was good. I thought the whole atmosphere, it was spooky. It was really well done. And it amped up a little bit of the horror, which was nice. And I think the first few episodes were genuinely strong. And I mean that. Genuinely strong. And I feel like as we went through them, there was a dip in the middle. And I think this show had some really odd pacing problems that drove me kind of insane, if you want the honest truth. Because you'd be watching it and the story would slow down to nothing. Then it would speed up. And then there was episodes, and this is a thing that really annoyed me about the show. Okay, let's build a character. Let's give you some flashbacks. Then character dies. But you have no real time to kind of know this character. It's just told to you in flashbacks, and you end up not caring about the kind of characters of the week. They feel completely superfluous. I also think it kind of mirrored The Walking Dead towards the end, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think season 1 of The Walking Dead is fantastic. But then the rest of the series happened. Yeah. I think what this show gets right is some great casting. The only issue I have is Ellie. I think she is miscast in every way possible. I don't know what it is. The character just doesn't flow right. I feel like that was miscast, but actually I would have preferred the actress they had playing his daughter as Ellie. I think she was far better. I think she did really well, and I think the actress as Sarah was just stronger. Honestly, just stronger. Could act Ellie off the screen, let's be real about it. I think it suffers from changing the in-universe lore of the game. This is kind of, and I've noticed a lot of people echoing the same point. It's a TV show that's got a lot of good ideas, a lot of stuff, the pilot, and some really good episodes, but the pacing, the kind of characterization of the characters of the week. I think the visual effects are stunning. I think this is one of the best looking shows I've seen in a long time. And overall, I think it's a good, for me personally, a 7.5 out of 10. And that's really high for me. I didn't like the communist allegory that they did because it was very much, we're communists, hi. And then all the things were like, oh, communism works, watch The Last of Us. No. Really? That's a whole different rant. So I'm not even going to go there. But overall, I think it's done okay. I think the first episode is the strongest out of season 1. I think it kind of ended, and the end is very good. It's very close to the first. It's just a lot in the middle that doesn't need to be there. A lot of stuff that feels superfluous. A lot of stuff that just feels like filler. And you end up not caring so much about certain characters because they are obviously there just to fill the runtime. I think you could easily cut this series in half and do like a 4-episode series type thing or a 4-hour mini-series. It doesn't need to be this long. It also really needs to pick up the pace desperately. But like I said, miscast. They should have had the girl that plays Ellie as his daughter and the girl that plays his daughter as Ellie. I would care so much more about that character because she's a far more competent actress and far stronger on screen. I just feel like things were just miscast. Why I am really enjoying this series, I feel like it needs either more time to breathe or a slightly different creative team or bring in some people. When you watch a show like this, you want to care about the people. And I found the portrayal of Ellie is just really unlikable and very opposite to the game. And more in common with her retcon season part 2 sequel game characterization, which was strange. And we pretend that game doesn't exist. I mean, that was bad. That was honestly just bad storytelling with ugly character design. I think the soundtrack's very good. That's one thing I rarely talk about film and TV soundtracks, but the soundtrack actually do really well. I think the composer behind this is obviously bringing music from the games and some original pieces, and it's been reorchestrated and it really worked. But yeah, just I found the show kind of middling. Not horrendously bad, not brilliant. It has its brilliant moments. Like I said, that pilot and the end episode, just the middle is a problem. But actually, if they can avoid the trappings of the second game, then I think it will be good. Then I think it will come into something of its own. But they need to avoid the trappings and the bad storytelling and the retcon of the second game.